Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Duels. This week we're going to be taking a look at an old list. I do believe it was a subscriber list. The link in the description will take you to the deck list, because I'm not going to be changing any of the cards. I do think this is a very solid list that doesn't really require any tweaking, so link to that will be in the description. But if you want to check out the deck tech after the matches, then the end card will also have a link to the deck list there. And there'll also be a link as well to the very first videos of this deck. Alright guys, without further ado, I'm going to get into this matchup. I'll see you there. Okay, we're in, and this hand doesn't really do anything at all. I'm going to throw it back. This hand is relatively the same thing, except for it's a Drake Haven, so I mean we've got a thing to do early that's kind of really good. So we'll take it. Our opponent leads off with the worst colour for enchantments, a green source, so we might have our turn 3 Drake Haven removed by a turn 3 Reclamation Sage. We'll have to see. Alright, well, we'll play a Renegade map and we'll pass. See what our opponent's doing. Maybe they're multicoloured. Green, blue. Oh, don't be Simic Ramp. I've seen so much Simic Ramp recently that it is just making my eyes bleed. Okay, let's crack this now. We'll go get an island. We'll play the island. Thin our deck out a bit, because we really don't want to be drawing too many more lands. Unless we get our Orrery. If we get our Orrery, then we want to be drawing loads of lands. But we'll see. Alright, Renegade map and go. Next turn we get a Drake Haven down, but we don't have a way of discarding or cycling at the moment. But just having it down means that there's a lot of things we can draw that are live. Weaver of Currents. Well, it is Simic Ramp. Okay. I don't know why this has suddenly become a popular deck, to be honest. But power to them, I guess. I'm going to crack this map again. Yet again, just to thin the deck out. Grab that swamp. Make sure to play the swamp that we just grabbed, because the artwork is different. Our opponent will know if they're very observant. Okay, so our opponent's going to be on 6 mana, so they can do some nasty things if they want. Oh no, it's not even 6 mana, it's... Oh yeah, it's 6 mana. I thought... I haven't counted the fact that he does double mana. I have. I absolutely have. He's floating the mana first. Have you got a land drop? That's an interesting way to play a Tireless Tracker. Then again, Magic Duels can be a pretty interesting game when it decides it doesn't want to do friendly things. And there's a Reclamation Sage. As expected. Well, we do get to go turn 4 Daredevil, and then Sky Sovereign, and we can crew it up, killing the Tireless Tracker, hopefully. And Scrounger. It's quite nice. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go Island, play the Daredevil. It's big enough to block most of this stuff. And I'm happy to block with it as well, because it does come back to our hand if an artifact enters the battlefield, so if we play a Scrounger or even the flagship that we're planning on pinging this Tireless Tracker on, then we should be all good. So whether or not it gets above Lightning Bolt range, I'm kind of hoping our opponent taps out. Or just misses their land drop. But we'll see which one happens first. If Sky Sovereign goes down, and it does hit the targets we hoped it would, we're probably in a really good spot. Mostly because we can take out everything that's currently on board. So we can take out the Tireless Tracker first. Now we probably can't, but we've still got the Weaver of Currents to hit. If he pays all of his mana here, then we can. But if he leaves 2 up for that clue, then Tireless Tracker's probably staying around for quite some time, and we'd need... Ooh, an Outland Colossus. Okay. That's an interesting option. Yeah, block. I'm playing Sky Sovereign, and then a Scrounger can crew up the Sky Sovereign anyway. Even if we didn't want it to. Right, okay. Thinking about it though, it was actually probably a mistake. Because now I can't chump that and it becomes a 12-12. Oops. Okay. Well, kill the Tiles Tracker. We do have Call the Bloodline, so we can start discarding cards now. We've got our Daredevil to crew the Sky Sovereign. And to chump for a few turns. So that 12-12 gets blocked by 1-1 Lifelinkers for quite a long time. So we really don't mind about discarding cards. And in fact, Call the Bloodline can discard Daredevil. We can play the Scrounger and we can get Daredevil back. So we're not even having to discard any of our lands. If that's the route we want to take. Today's soundtrack is brought to you by Jackie Chan Stuntmaster on the PS1, if you were curious. It's been a long time since I played this game and I don't know why it came into my head. I was just like, let's play this soundtrack today. Okay. Well, he hasn't got red, so there's no Chandra's Ignition to worry about. We do have Never to Returns in here as well, so if we draw one of them, then we're completely fine. It's a Smuggler's Copter. Okay, well, make our land drop. We're gonna go Call the Bloodline. And then we're gonna... we should discard now the Daredevil, get a 1-1 with lifelink, play the Scrap Heap Scrounger, which triggers the Daredevil in our graveyard. So we can get that back. We can discard that with the 1 mana we've got left over, in case he destroys this lifelinker. And we can swing through and we can kill his Weaver. So actually, despite the fact that we punted quite badly, he's going to give it hexproof. Okay. That's a thing I did not expect. Fair enough, we'll just get it later. Still hitting you for 6 though. It's not as if you're in a better spot, you're exactly where we are now. Except for I do think our board presence is a little stronger. Okay. So he needs a Reclamation Sage again to get out of this. Or a way to recur one from the graveyard. I mean, he does have enough for Woodland Bellower to pull one. He's got a Tusker. Ew. Puts counters on everything. Okay. Has he got counters matters cards? There are a few in green that say that you pretty much give you Outland Colossus's ability. I mean, is he just gonna... I was gonna say, if he was just gonna skip combat because he couldn't get through our 1-1, then that's a mistake on his part, I would say. Well, we're gonna block there. We're gonna take 2, essentially. After all is said and done. And because we plan on playing this Smuggler's Copter, I'm gonna dump the Daredevil to get another 1-1. Because we'll get it back again. Could even ramp with the Drownyard Temple, but that is quite the mana investment next turn, and I'm not sure that's what we want to be doing. Okay, well... let's go Smuggler's Copter. Get back the Daredevil. Yes. Play the Swamp. And... I want to get in with the Scrounger, I think. And we can still hit his Weaver. Everything else is just a little bit bigger, though. But he's going to have to put some serious pressure on us, because we will be able to have lethal in the air next turn. And we'll play the Daredevil. We can discard this on the end step so that we got the 1-1, so we can guarantee we can crew up the Copter. So does he have an out to this? Monstrous Onslaught, dividing points as he chooses. Well, goodbye board state. I should have probably gone with the Smuggler's Copter there, but we don't want to chump, to be honest. Hello, game, thank you. Discard our Drownyard Temple, get a 1-1. He's in the combat step, so he needs instant speed removal in order to get that 13 in. And we'll block there. So, are we just dead? We need... Oh, we need a lot, to be honest. We can get the Scrounger back from the graveyard, so we need... Oh no, we've just got it. Depends on what that card is, but we've just got it. So, this comes back untapped. We're going to use this to crew up the Sky Sovereign. And then we're going to discard the Drownyard Temple to get a 1-1, which is going to crew up the Smuggler's Copter. We've got 2 flyers over the top, which is lethal. So, crew up there. And crew there. And that should be game. So we've actually managed to take the game without actually using any of our main engine pieces. Short of, obviously, Call the Bloodline. Just point damage there, I guess. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Do I want to loot? Yeah. You always want to loot, even if you've got no cards in hand, because you can put graveyard interactive stuff into your yard. That being said, I mean, we do have lethal shot of a fog, so there you go. Alright, pretty horrendous misplay, I think, early at the point, but not punished for it. Managed to get our way out of it. A lot of fun. Alright, let's go for another game. Okay, we have arrived on the battlefield. We have... I mean, we have a curve. Is it a good curve? I don't know. I mean, we've got removal for his first creature. We've got a threat for turn 2, which the Fatal Push can push through to allow us that. We can do the Prize Amalgam on turn 3. It's 3/3 for 3 at the end of the day, so... Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Play out the Fatal Push just in case he's got a 1-drop I'm afraid of. Unlikely, but... We'll see. There's not much I'd want a Fatal Push on turn 1 that the Scrounger can't just attack through. And our opponent goes with a tap land anyway. Ooh, an Orrery. An Orrery is pretty good, because we can get close to empty-handed, if not straight up empty-handed on turn 4. It depends on what we draw, of course, but... Lands are not an issue if we draw those, because we can play extra ones. Prize Amalgam we can discard if we get discard options. Fatal Push I will have to throw at something in order to get extra cards. Looks like Super Friends. Yay. Okay. Well, hopefully we've got the aggression that it doesn't really matter. Finds a Cinderglade. Hopefully that was because he didn't have mana. So if you don't play the Cinderglade here, then... Okay, so it stands to reason these are non-land cards, and we might actually just have a mana-screwed opponent hanging about. And Haunted Dead is really good with the Aura. It just means that we certainly get a chance to get empty-handed if that hits the graveyard. So hit you for 3. 2 3/3s on turn 3, ready to go for the following turn. That seems pretty decent to me. And he watches damage effects. Oh my god. Alright, Prized Amalgam. And go. So land off the top for Orrery. That'd be pretty good. Otherwise, probably will play the Haunted Dead just to keep that pressure up. Shambling Vent off the top, most likely. And it's a never to return. Well, if it's Super Friends, then we've got the right amount of stuff here. Swing for 6. Now I'm going to play the Orrery, because I don't think he's got that many lands in hand, and I also think board wipe might be coming. He's got double black for Languish and Yahenni's Expertise, both of which hit our dudes, and if it is Super Friends, that's all he's running apart from Planeswalkers. So, hold our Haunted Dead. I don't really want to discard this Never. Declaration in Stone. Okay, goodbye, Scrounger. Land drop? I don't think he will. Ooh, he did. He has an Evolving Wilds. Okay. That's fair enough. Does he have another land drop? He can make more use of this Orrery than we can. Yeah. He's not as mana screwed as I thought he was. I guess he just whiffed on the Oath of Nissa. That's fair enough. Into Heart of Kieran. Okay. Nothing to crew it with, and we can never pre-combat if we need to. There's a land drop. Okay, so I'm just gonna swing. We've also got the Fatal Push for the Heart of Kieran as well, which is real nice. We can get a loyalty counter off of him and remove a pretty nasty blocker all at the same time. Now, I'm wondering... We don't really increase our clock all that much by playing Haunted Dead just yet. So I'm thinking maybe crack the clue, see if we can get an extra land drop. We get a Grasp of Darkness instead. Okay. I'm just going to pass the turn then. It's more removal for Heart of Kieran. And then Shambling Vent as well. If he gets another white source, he can suit that up. And we've got removal for it. Both of these hit him. There's an Oath of Gideon. Okay, well, we're going to start pinging off his tokens. What's the crew on that? Crew 3. Alright. Let's just take them out. I want to keep that pressure up. I want to keep our hand nice and empty as well. He's not really running many creatures, so I don't expect that becomes much of an issue. Right, I think we'll go with a Wharf Infiltrator. Wharf Infiltrator can discard Haunted Dead and get us a 3-2. But he's probably going board wipe mode as soon as I do this. This presents lethal, so it means he has to have a board wipe. Or in his eyes, a Planeswalker, so that he can either destroy my creature or crew it up with the Heart of Kieran. So I suppose I best do with a Haunted Dead. Either way, it gets them in the graveyard. Presents lethal on a currently empty board. It's just a shame the removal we've got left is sorcery speed. Goes away the big Chandra. Okay, well. That's fun. Minuses, wipes the board. It's a good job. We enjoy a nice graveyard. And that board that he just wiped comes straight back next turn. Short of us drawing something really awesome from hand here. It's okay, I suppose. Right, well, we're going to go never on Chandra, because she is a game winner. And I'm going to discard 2 cards. You might think, why would you discard a Wharf Infiltrator and a Smuggler's Copter? Well, if we're empty-handed, then the Ghirapur Orrery draws us 3 cards, and we're presenting lethal again. So, he needs another board wipe. We can do this every single turn for the rest of time. Okay, so next board wipe incoming. Radiant Flames, maybe. He doesn't have the double white, so if he has a planar outburst, that's not a thing. Could have another Planeswalker to destroy a creature. That keeps him in here for a little while. Just until we can deal with it. Looks like he's just going to pass. And then immediately pause for some reason. What's important on your attack step, opponent? It's just Super Friends things, I think. Okay, passes. So we draw 3 cards. Plus the one for our turn. So I'm just going to swing. No reason to present anything to our opponent. See if he's got an answer. Blessed Alliance, okay. So I'm going to get rid of... Oh, he's gaining life instead. Okay. I was going to say I was going to get rid of the Haunted Dead so we can empty our hand out. We can do that anyway, to be fair, but we just get it back. We got a... No, we don't have a Scrounger in the graveyard, so... We're actually immune to a board wipe this time around. So land drop, Renegade map, Scrounger. So we draw 4 next turn. Again, we got the return. I don't think there's anything... There's nothing in his graveyard I care about. Past the turn, he's going to need to answer this again. Does he have the answer? No, he does not. Let's have a Canopy Vista. He can suit up his Shambling Vent. Takes him up to 5, but we're still presenting lethal, despite the fact that we can't block this, and he gains the life. Our opponent just didn't draw enough for Super Friends, it seems. Ooh, this hand is delicious. Okay, well, we're going to swing. And this is another hand that we can empty again. So we draw 4 cards every turn. It's very hard for any control deck to deal with that, especially since the way that we draw those 4 cards. It is tied to an artifact, which is a little difficult to deal with as a control player, but the fact that the things that enable that gear up at orrery every single turn are non-interactable. So, I mean, they could exile stuff from the graveyard, but how many decks run graveyard exile short of, you know, never to return? So they can get rid of a single card. But yeah, just discarding is creature recurrence that synergizes so well with the deck. I love this deck as well, so if you guys love the deck and you want to see more of it, like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon as well. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the end card in about 15 seconds time will show you a link to the deck list if you want to check that out, as well as match number 1 from the previous gameplay footage we had from this. So if you want to watch 3 videos straight after this one, you absolutely can if you haven't watched them before. They are doozies. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.